Everyone loves a good story. You might think that studying for university or for school might be the most boring thing alive, but what if it didn't have to be this way? What if there was a way to learn the lessons of education through great stories? When we're being taught things, most of the time we're given information in a really boring way. When teaching stuff, it can be a little tough to remember that you need to give people a reason to care in the first place. In the academic world, we spend most of our time trying to be less like storytellers and more like scientists. But is that really productive? First, it's important to understand that the scientific method that we all know and love doesn't really exist. During the 1940s, this guy called Karl Popper produced the idea that scientists will come up with a hypothesis, test it, and if it comes up false, we can just get rid of it. But since then, we've moved on a little bit. When we go on to study the human sciences, like literature and philosophy, we're dealing with something entirely different. We aren't just studying objects who do things because of nature, but we're studying people with intentional and meaningful actions. In 1952, for instance, John Steinbeck released a staple of literature with his book East of Eden. In taking the old story of Cain and Abel, Steinbeck told a compelling story about a person's ability to choose their own future. Yet, you don't need to care about this philosophy to enjoy the book. In fact, by looking at the context which people act in, their situation, we have a much richer understanding of their actions. An economist called Fritz Machlup used to say that we understand something not because we discover brand new knowledge, but because it makes us understand something we already thought and say, aha.
Aha! Life! No!
So what can we learn from East of Eden? Far from stories being a nice distraction from our studies, it's something we can't do without in academia.